In the latest video, we talked about how there had been several mass extinctions before the one that killed the dinosaurs. And at the end of that video, I mentioned that there were still many mysteries surrounding the most famous mass extinction of them all. That's right. Even though it's been 66 million years since an asteroid slammed into Earth and killed off not just the dinosaurs, but 75% of all species on the planet, we still don't know everything about it. Hi, it's me, and this is my channel. And today we are going to talk about what we don't know about the mysterious mass extinction that killed the dinosaurs. Okay, so first things first, we actually do know that an asteroid slammed into Earth and caused a mass extinction. Unlike the previous mass extinctions that we talked about in the last video, this one has pretty much been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Not only do we have a plethora of evidence for it, but we also know roughly when it happened, 66 million years ago. But if we know when it happened and we have lots of evidence for it, what don't we know? Well, for starters, we aren't 100% certain exactly where it happened. We know it was somewhere around the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, and we know it was probably shallow water, maybe even a lagoon. But there are still some uncertainties about the exact location. This is partly because a lot of the evidence for the impact has been eroded away over the last 66 million years. And also, we haven't been able to do a lot of investigating. It's hard to drill into the Earth's crust when you don't have a bunch of money. But luckily, we don't need to drill into the Earth to know a lot more about the impact. We can just go back to space. Researchers recently took a bunch of pictures of the Chicxulub crater using the International Space Station, and they found that it's a lot more eroded than it was when we took pictures of it with the Hubble telescope back in 1994. They also found evidence that there used to be a raised rim around the crater, kind of like a big bowl. But now that rim has mostly been worn down by water. Now, if we can get these pictures from space, then that means that satellites that are orbiting our planet taking pictures for various governments probably have pictures of it too. If we could just figure out where those pictures are, and if the resolution is high enough, then we might be able to learn more about the crater without having to drill into it. But aside from the location and the mechanism of the mass extinction, what else don't we know? Well, for one thing, we don't totally understand the long-term effects that the asteroid had on Earth's climate. We know that it caused short-term hell on Earth. There was a huge dust cloud that blocked out the sun, causing global temperatures to drop dramatically. And we know that there was a lot of global warming that happened after that dust settled, possibly even worse than today. But we don't know all the details about either of those things. And figuring out those details will help us understand what we might expect if something similar happens again. We also don't know exactly why the dinosaurs went extinct, while other animals like the ancestors of mammals survived. Some scientists think that the end of the Cretaceous period was already a mass extinction in the making, with or without the asteroid. If that's true, then mammals, being small proto-wombats that were adapted to life in the burrows of the much larger dinosaurs, were just lucky to be alive at the time. But others disagree, saying that the asteroid was the sole cause of the mass extinction and that it was indiscriminate in who it wiped out. Maybe it's a bit of both. Finally, we don't know how long it took for life to recover. We know that it took a long time, at least millions of years. But we don't know if it was 1 million years or 10 million years. And we also don't know what the world looked like when life began to recover. Was it still full of theropods and sauropods? Or was it basically a modern ecosystem with modern animals that were just waiting in the wings to take over? Luckily for us, there are lots of scientists out there who are working on answering some of these questions. So hopefully, in the not-so-distant future, we will know a little bit more about what really happened to the dinosaurs. And if you want to know a little bit more about the mass extinctions that came before the one that killed the dinosaurs, you can watch this video. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think the dinosaurs would be alive today if the asteroid hadn't hit Earth? Why or why not? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It's free and you can always change your mind later, and thank you for watching.